Bonjour, intense everyone. My name is Pearl and welcome back to another virtual Sunday school. I am so excited to have you here with me today because we have a fantastic story about our friend Jesus and a kind of special craft to go with it afterwards. So let's get right down to business, shall we? This story is about Jesus attending a wedding. Now, a big wedding party was going on in Cana, a town in Galilee, the town where Jesus grew up. Jesus' mother, Mary, was at the party too. Jesus and the disciples were invited to the party, and so were so many other people. Now, wedding parties in Jesus' day could go on for more than a day, maybe even a week. So when the drinks for the party ran out before the guests were ready to go home, it was a serious matter. Jesus, Mary said, they have nothing left for the guests to drink. Now Jesus looked around and he saw along the wall stood 6 large stone containers. Now Jesus turned to the helpers and said, "Fill those jugs with water." The helpers shook their heads. What good will that do? They wondered. But Mary had said that they should do whatever Jesus asked them. It took a while to fill such huge water jugs, but they filled them to the very top. Then Jesus said to the helpers, "Now, dip some out and take it to the person in charge of food and drink." The helpers did. As soon as that person tasted the water, he hurried to the room. "Everyone serves the best drinks first, but you saved the best drink until last." The water had been changed into the best drink at the party. Jesus' friends, the disciples, smiled at each other. They knew Jesus had done something wonderful. They knew that Jesus was showing everyone God's generous love. That was a pretty cool story. I always love stories with Jesus. He does crazy, incredible things. And this time he turned simple water into the best tasting drink at the party. What do you think the drink tasted like? I bet it was sweet and refreshing and perfect. You know what? Making the best drink at the party sounds pretty good. And actually, our craft today kind of involves doing something like that too. But instead of going to the craft corner, let's all go to the kitchen. Come on, everyone, let's go. So I am here in the Alameda Church kitchen because I thought we could do a little bit of cooking today. The story we just read was about Jesus turning water into the best drink at the party, this wonderful, amazing drink, and everyone was so happy. So I thought we could do a little bit of the same thing by turning some milk into a cup of hot chocolate. I have the ingredients right here behind me, and I think we should get to work. Let's go. So we are here at the stove, and I'm going to start by turning the stove on to about medium, not too high, not too low. And we're going to take some milk. I have 2 cups of milk here, and we're going to pour it into our saucepan. And you can make more if you want. You can add more milk, but if you add more milk, you'll have to add more of the other ingredients. So once we have the milk in there, I have a little bit of cocoa powder. Not very much. Careful, it can get a bit messy. I'll clean it up after I'm done. And then a little bit of sugar. And we are going to whisk that into our milk and wait for the milk to start heating up. So once you can see some steam coming off of your hot chocolate, then it's time for the best part. you're gonna add a little bit of chocolate chips. I'm just gonna dump those in there, trying not to make a mess. And we're going to stir it until all of those chocolate chips melt. They're already starting to melt. We want to stir those in until they're all melted and our hot chocolate is nice and thick. Once you've whisked all that together, I like to add just the tiniest bit of vanilla extract. I have 1/8 of a teaspoon here. We're just going to add the tiniest bit, and you don't have to, but I think it makes it taste wonderful. So we're going to give that one last whisk, and then our hot chocolate will be ready to go. Now that our hot chocolate is ready, we can pour it into our cup. And you want to be careful with this because it can get a little bit messy if you're not careful. And the final touches, of course, we always have to add some marshmallows because they are delicious. And I sometimes like to add just a little bit more chocolate on top, and I kind of just shaved some little chocolate chips, and that is perfect. And now let's try it, shall we? That is really good. I'm so glad we made this today. This is fantastic. I had so much fun with you all today. Thank you so much for joining me. I think it was great and so much fun. We read that story about Jesus at the party, and we made our own wonderful drink. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. I hope that you have a great rest of your cup of hot chocolate, and I will see you all next week. Remember, God loves you very much, and you should love yourself too. Bye-bye, everyone.